Hey, what is going on? And in today's video, we are going to talk about what I personally feel is the biggest game changer of this entire thing. I'm telling you. So lock in and get ready to take some notes because I am telling you this is it right here, IG Lives, okay? And in this video, we're going to go full circle. I'm going to show you exactly how to make an IG Live. I'm going to show you how to put it on right underneath your bio section. I'm going to show you how to tease it through stories, actually shoot the IG Live, and then how to post it as a reel, which then you can collaborate with your network. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do and like to recommend is to have some stuff set up and ready for you before you start this process. So you can see here on my phone screen, this is our Instagram page that we kind of use for demos. And the first thing that we're going to do is schedule an IG Live upcoming in the future, which will allow people to click on it and actually set reminders. So let me show you exactly how that works. Let me pause the video real quick and I'll get over to my notes section. Okay, so we're at the notes section here and you'll notice that I have some things here on my phone. The very top one is the script that will go right underneath the bio section. And then the second section is the comment Prescott during this IG Live is what is going to be used as our pinned comment. And then everything else that is below it is what our actual post is going to say when the live is over. IG Live only allows you to take that live replay and post it as a reel. So as soon as you end the live, that's the only time that you have the ability to post it. So we just want to make sure that we have these three things kind of set up before we get started. Now that we do, let's head back to our Instagram account. Okay, so here we are back on our Instagram page. So let's go ahead and set up an IG Live schedule so we can kind of tease it a bit. And like I said, it'll show up right underneath your bio, right on your homepage. It looks awesome. So let's do that. You're going to click the plus button on the top right. And then you're going to click live. And then on the left side, you're going to click schedule. Right. And then this is the title that we're going to put here. So I went ahead and copied from the note section that we looked earlier. This will kind of help tease it. And you can really put whatever you want here, whatever you think is going to pique interest. You can obviously put the address of the house if you want to. If you want to conceal the address so that people aren't taking that and copy and pasting it, you could put highlights of the property. So this one specifically that we're going to use to demo is steps from the Prescott National Forest. So that's kind of like the highlight that we're going to put there. Next, we're going to select the start time. And let's say that we're going to do it this Saturday. And let's say that we'll do it at 11 a.m. Okay. And what I usually recommend to agents is if you already have an open house, like a physical open house scheduled, then you will usually do this IG Live before it is a good idea. That way, if people are watching and want to come and look at the property physically, then they can get in their car and come down and meet you. So I usually recommend doing it roughly an hour and a half before your physical open house starts. And I think that's a good time. So we'll go ahead and click done. Okay, and then let's click schedule live video. Okay, your live video is scheduled. Now from here, you can click share, in which you can do a post story or send out a link. But in this demo, we're going to do share later so that we can walk through those steps individually. Okay, we'll click X. All right, now when I refresh my screen here, check this out. Boom, right there. Right underneath the bio section there, if I had one filled out. And now every person that comes to your Instagram page sees that right at the beginning. It's a super, super cool, very good user experience, and your sellers are going to love you for it. Now, the next thing we can do is we can actually take that scheduled event and turn it into a story. So let's do that next. We're going to click the plus button up at the top right, and we're going to click story. All right, and then here, just for the sake of time, I already had this kind of made out here. You can use a video, you can use a post, you can use a reel, whatever you want. And we are going to highlight, so we're having a virtual open house, a little bit about the property, and then we're telling them what to do. So step 1 is set reminder above, which we'll do here in a second. And then 2 is comment Prescott for instant property details below. So they can do either one. So let's go ahead and set that reminder. So we're going to click the little square smiley face person up here on the top right. All right, and then we're going to click on scheduled. All right, and then there is the live open house that we have. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And then from here, we can kind of move it around, make it smaller, center it up there. That looks pretty nice. You can also tap it. So if you want it to look like this, I kind of like the panel like this, I think brings the most attention to it. We can even add some arrows to it. Maybe we do something like this. Okay, so I got some arrows added in there. You can see it's definitely drawing the eye and attention to that. So let's go ahead and post this, and then I'll go over on the user side and show you what a viewer or potential client would see from their side. So let's click the bottom right arrow to go ahead and finish up this story. Okay, we'll click share and done. All right, loaded there. So we'll go into our story. Okay, all posted. All right, now let's switch over to the client's account. Okay, so I'm back on the account page as a user. So let's go ahead and we can click on the IG Live Open House, the event there. So if we click on that, we can click the button that says Remind Me. And what this will do is Instagram will actually send out a push notification, basically just kind of pop up on your phone. So it'll send a push notification through Instagram directly 15 minutes before the scheduled time, which is massive. Most people have notifications turned on. So this is a great way for people to, basically your job is to try to get as many people to click that Remind Me button. And that way, when you go live, then you already have an audience. Again, it's all about getting the most amount of views on that property, and your seller is going to love you for it. So we're going to skip this process so that I can show you what it looks like in the story. All right, let's go ahead and click on the story. And now we have this here that we made. So we'll click Remind Me at the top, and it's essentially the same exact thing. So let's go ahead and click Remind Me. And that's it. Reminder on, this event was saved to your upcoming events. That's literally it. So you can see that in 1-2 click of a button, you now have someone that is like, oh, I'm interested in seeing what that property is like. They click Remind Me, done. That's a lead right there. Okay, now that you have spent some time teasing the open house through these various ways, next step is to actually perform the IG Live. So remember, at the beginning of this video, we talked about having some information ready to roll. So let's actually go back over to our notes section. Okay, and then we are going to go ahead and copy this right here. This will be our pinned comment. So a pinned comment is essentially as soon as the live starts, you're going to go in there, copy and paste it, and then we can actually hold that comment down and select pinned. This means that anytime that someone joins the IG Live, whether it's at the beginning or the middle or towards the end, they're going to see your pinned comment. So the pinned comment needs to have a call to action to try to get as many people to comment that keyword that you set up as possible. That's good for you. It's good for the sellers. It's good for everybody. You definitely, it helps out even viewers, because you don't want to have viewers coming in and then saying, hey, can I get details on this or information on this? Instagram does not store the IG Live comments. So that's why we want to be set and ready. So we're giving them a call to action. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. We have also found that it is usually better than not to have the keyword, or if you're doing like the address, the numerical portion, the call to action at the beginning versus the end. So let's copy this. Go back over to Instagram, okay, and then let's actually start an IG Live. So we're gonna click the plus button on the top right. We're gonna click live. You don't necessarily have to add a title here. You can if you'd like, but we're gonna go ahead and click that circle button there to go live. Okay, and now it has a countdown. Be ready. All right, perfect, now we're live. So let's go ahead and paste that comment, and we're gonna click send. And that will actually send the comment. See the notification at the top. So your followers and everyone is being notified. And now we're going to hold down that comment. And then we're going to click pin comments. And now you can see on the right that it says pinned. So now anytime that someone comes to join the live, they're going to see that pinned comment right away. After you rocked it and got a bunch of comments and a bunch of people asking questions, and your sellers love you, and people are like, I need you to list my home for sale because this is amazing and nobody else is doing it. Like all of that. It's going to change your life, I promise. Let me show you a few controls over here on the right side. So right now at the making of this video, if you click on the square on the right side, you can actually share a photo with your viewers. The microphone will simply cut off your audio or turn it back on. Same thing with the video. So if you wanted to kind of cut the feed for a second, while the live is still going off, you can turn the camera off. The circle kind of rotation visual there is basically just moving from the front camera to the back of the camera. And then the kind of smiley face guy is to add effects. We're part of the no filter gang over here. But a lot of really cool options there. And then down on the bottom, you can actually add, you can see if there's requests to join. So if there's people in the comments that are asking that way, you can actually add people. You can invite them to join. And then you have questions that are in there that people ask. And then I think then the paper airplane here is where you can actually send a link of the live too. Clicking the two people with the plus sign on the bottom here again is that you can invite other accounts and other people to join your live. This is massively powerful. I cannot understate that enough. Our automations work with IG Lives no matter who or how many people you add to your live because you are the originator of the live. So imagine going to an open house and you can invite another agent that you have. You could invite maybe an LO that wants to talk about what an estimated mortgage would look like. You can invite the builder of the house. You can even invite the current owners of the home if you wanted to. There's a lot of different ways that you can kind of leverage this and get really creative. And I'm telling you, people will love this. They will absolutely love to watch this. You will build a name for yourself because I'm telling you, nobody is doing this. Not even close to a consistent basis whatsoever. And these are the types of things that I'm telling you are going to land you listings. So let's go ahead and end the live. I'll show you how to share it as a reel and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, so now you're ready to end the IG live. So we're going to click on the X located up on the top right. We're going to click end now. We're going to click share on the bottom. And this is essentially going to convert it to a reel, just like if you were posting a reel organically. So right now is where we want to go back over to our note section and we're going to copy and paste kind of the post copy that we had ready before we started the live. So in order to do this, we want to kind of swipe up on the phone and then we're going to go over to our note section and we're going to copy this, copy, go back over to Instagram. Okay, and then we're going to click paste. This way everything is done right there. You can mess around with the cover, although it's probably going to take a while to, well, actually we had our phone buried in the desk, so that is the cover. You can mess around with the cover there. If you click cover, you can change different parts of the video that you want to use. And then we're going to make sure that the share to Facebook is off, which it already is. And on the top section there under tag people, this is where we can tag people as well as invite collaborators. You can only do this when you are posting the reel. So you cannot invite collaborators after it's already posted. So make sure you already have some people lined up that you want to collaborate with. I talk about this extensively in other videos, especially the one that details Instagram posts and reels, because that's what this is. And now it's a reel. It's turning the IG Live replay into a reel. But collaborator is essentially allowing the replay of your live to now show up on other people's, wall or profile, and now their network gets to see the video. Even better than that is, since we have the call to action here in the post copy of the reel where it says want to know more, instantly comment Prescott. Anytime that someone comments that keyword, whether it's on your page or the person that you collaborated with, that user is going to get the automation and that property detail instantly to their DMs. The auto reply is going to fire off to that comment, and the auto reply is thanking them for the interest, directing them to their DMs to see the property details. And we have a custom AI prompt that grabs the property description and creates a quick 1 to 2 sentence that highlights a property feature, and then it mixes it up throughout the way. So that way it's not the same response over and over and over. It looks super, super good. Your comment section is now another form of lead gen. Instagram sees this as organic conversation back and forth, so it boosts you in the algorithm. I mean, it's a full circle. It's unbelievable. So let me get off my soapbox here and we'll finish up. So I'm going to go ahead and invite myself as the collaborator just so I can show you how this works. Okay, and you can also, at the time that this video was made, you can have up to 20 combination of tag and collaborator. With collaborator is a maximum of 5 accounts, okay? So you could have 5 collaborators and 15 tagged accounts. And tagged accounts are kind of like very similar with what we're used to on Facebook, where you're just kind of like mentioned as being a part of it, where collaborator is like, I want this reel to show up on this person's network and they're going to approve the invite. Okay. All right. So we're going to click done. And I think we're all good for now. Let's check out advanced settings. And we want to make sure that both of these are off. We want people to comment and we want to see play counts. Okay. Let's click share. And it's posting. There's some goats. Okay, and that's it. You are officially posted the IG live replay right to the wall. People are gonna love that view of the desk. So if we click that, then we see everything here. We see the post copy. That's all good. And then you'll see that the R Pilgrim RP was invited to be a collaborator, but hasn't yet accepted it. So that way you can keep track of who has accepted it and who is maybe no longer your friend, and you need to call and guilt trip them until they accept your invite. So if I go back over to my account, this is what they will see on their end. Okay, you'll see on the right that I have the little one hanging over there. There is the reel. And it says that I was invited to be a collaborator on their reel. So I'm going to click review, accept. Okay, and now I am officially a collaborator. So if I go back to my account here, there it is. So it's literally on my wall, just as if I was the one that posted it. If someone clicks on this and goes down to the comment section, you'll notice on the bottom here that it says add comment for Gary's Real Estate, which is the demo account. So this shows, again, like I was explaining, that the comment section is owned by the originator of the post and reel, which in this case, the reel was the replay of the IG live. So all the automations will work perfectly. Okay, so that's it. I went ahead and kind of cleared everything off so people aren't watching a black screen. So everything is kind of reset there. You can see the IG live open house reminder still at the top. Once that date bypasses, then it'll automatically be taken off Instagram. So you don't have to like go in and delete it or anything like that. But this is a great way for you to kind of tease that that is coming up and trying to get as many people as possible to click that remind me button. Usually stories are the best way to do that so that people can just click that box and get reminded. And like I said, your sellers are going to love you for this. So I'm telling you guys, please, please, please listen to me when I tell you this. Please use this when you are attending your listing presentations and make sure that people understand the power of this. Okay. Every single agent holds an open house. They hold a physical open house, usually on the weekends or do whatever. Most of the time, the open house people come in, maybe half a dozen or so. If you're lucky, they have to sign in on a piece of paper. Maybe they give you real information. Maybe they don't. They look at the house, they walk away. That's it. That's literally it. This allows you to hold a virtual open house live, really as often as you want. So what does that do for your seller? It opens up the network to literally the entire world. So especially if you're an agent that deals in like high-end real estate where maybe the buyer of that particular type of home is not even coming from around this area, that can't physically make it to an open house. So now you have the ability on your seller's behalf to hold a virtual live open house. And it's like HGTV style. I mean, it is really, really cool. We're going to have some videos that actually walk you through how to do this, what type of mics to use, that we've gone through a bunch of different ones, different strategies you can do. And if you're an agent that is kind of camera shy, number one, don't, because you're awesome and people need to know about it. Like, people love people that are just genuine. Like, just be yourself. I promise you, you're much, much more talented than you think you are. And I'm coming from myself that maybe has a hard time on video sometimes too. But I'm just telling you, like, people love it. And it's something that this industry, especially in the real estate industry, is changing. So you have to adapt and you have to be the agent that is offering this, because if you're a seller, are you going to choose the agent that is offering IG Lives, open houses that are now opening up their house literally to the entire world, that gets to see more eyes and more viewers on their house, which means more comments, which means more conversations, which means more leads, which means more offers? If you're the seller, are you going to choose the agent that does this or the agent that does not? I mean, that's literally as simple, and the question that you need to ask yourself of whether or not I should do this. And honestly, like, if you don't want to be in front of the camera, although I think that's the best way to do it, you can be behind the phone and just be by yourself, go there to an empty house, be behind the phone, start up the live, post the pinned comment, and literally do a tour of the house as if someone was standing right next to you. And then you'll ask them like, hey, is there anywhere else that you want me to go? Is there any other parts of the house that you'd like to see? And then you'll start getting questions of like, hey, can you go back to the kitchen? What type of appliances were that? Can you go to the back porch? Like, you could be doing lives and saying like, guys, like, think of like sipping on hot cocoa out here at Christmas time. Look at these views. You're really able to like build a tour and an experience, and you don't even have to show yourself. Just be behind the phone, ask people questions, get the interaction going. And I'm telling you, sellers are going to absolutely love this. We actually had a friend of ours who's an agent that used an IG Live that had 4 transactions on one single IG Live, and none of those transactions were actually the house that she did an IG Live on. Like, that's how powerful this stuff is, because when people are watching you do an IG Live, they start trusting you. They see your brand, they see your genuineness, there's a voice, there's a loyalty that starts being built when people watch you on video, and it's super powerful. So in her experience, she did the IG Live, and there was someone that commented to get property details and realized that that house that was super gorgeous was way out of her price range. But the fact is she commented to get the details on the property. The agent followed back up, and IG DMs right now are posting like 80 to 90% open rates, which is huge. So the agent was able to follow back up. Hey, thanks for checking out, watching me on the IG Live. Thanks for commenting the keyword. What did you think of the property? And she said, well, I love the property, but I hate to say this, like, it's like $300,000 outside of my price range. She's like, no problem at all. Let's start looking at houses that are in your price range. She's like, okay, let's do that. So that resulted in that person buying a new house and then selling her old house. So that's 2 transactions on the buyer and the seller side. And then she had another person on the live that was the exact same instance. So I'm telling you guys, IG Lives are extremely powerful. And especially if you're in high-end real estate and you're selling 7-8 figure houses, this is everything. This is literally everything. And I'm telling you, when you go to listing appointments and you're the agent and you can lay this out and you can show them exactly, like show them replays on your IG page of lives that you've done, you're going to be the agent that they choose. And that's worth a lot of money. So if you have any questions at all, any questions, especially when it comes to lives, because I'm so passionate about the value of this, please reach out to us. Otherwise, let's get to the next video.